What's the crack there, boys? Today we're going to be exploring the hashtag map, or in this case, hashtag maps are valid. Now, if you don't know what map is, right? Google Maps is no. Map in this case is what is it? Minorly attracted person, something along them lines. I'll put it up now. But map is it's a movement that's been going on recently. Basically, it's like pedophiles. Basically, it's pedophiles, right? So I wanted to talk about it, right? Because first tweet you see here is, "Hey maps and zoos, this is your new room. Hashtag maps are valid. Fucking prison cell, lovely." But basically they've put a like, all right. So the LGBTQ community, right, or whatever they're calling themselves now, I don't know, right? I haven't got a problem with them. I couldn't give two fucks if anyone came up to me and said, "Listen, I'm gay." Okay, so what? Like, it's not. It's not really something that matters, Like, if someone's gay, they're gay. This, that, and the other. I don't really give a shit. But when people from MAP are trying to lump themselves in with gay people, it puts a, I suppose you could say, stain on the gay community. Like, it's just not right. Like, there's two types of people who go by the hashtag map, right? One of which is non-contact, and the other of which is contact. I'm sure you can guess what it means, but just in case, non-contact is like, yeah, I like kids, but I don't go near them because I know it's wrong. Like, morally it's wrong, but I'm still attracted to them, so obviously I need help. Like, I wouldn't say they're all right, but at the very least they know it's wrong. Now, contact people are people like that Chris Hansen come up and say, "Here, listen, pal, you're going to jail." Wouldn't blame him, but yeah. So I wanted to talk about it. Basically, I'm gonna explore a few posts. What the fuck? So like, I'm just Jesus Christ. Yeah, most of these are like, it's just hating on map people, which is good. It's good, but like, okay, let me break it down for you, right? Don't worry, by the way, I am wearing something. I'm wearing shorts, right? See me leg and me short, and you're like, "Oh, he's naked." I'm not. But look, the best thing to do if you're a non-contact MAP, right, is go and get help. There is help out there. If I went up to the guards and said, "Listen, I'm attracted to children. Is there anywhere I can go? I haven't done anything yet, but I'm afraid I will." Then they'll say, "Right, well, listen, here's this, that, and the other that you can go to." There's probably some charity out there, or some service or something. Like, you can get help for it, but the problem is when people legitimately supporting it are like, they're trying to get it legitimized. Nobody is going to legitimize it, right? Like, I'm gonna look around, see if I can find a tweet or two about it, and I'll be right back when I do. Okay, so like 10 minutes later, I've come across one tweet. "Yes, I support maps, that includes pedophiles. I support non-offenders, I don't support offenders. I'm trying to destigmatize having an unchosen attraction. I'm not trying to normalize pedophilia. No, I'm not a map myself. Any questions?" Hashtags, map positivity and shit. Right, so that's an interesting take. I said already in the video that people who haven't offended, right? It's not that it's okay, but at the very least you haven't offended. Look, you should go and get help or whatever. But like, I can't imagine people like legitimately supporting these motherfuckers. Like, I just don't get it. Like, honest to God, what kind of scares me is that, like, people are legitimately trying to get this, to put this through. Like, there is help out there. Like, there's not. It's so fucking weird. Like, I was watching some Ordinary Gamers video, and he had a very interesting take on it. Like, he was saying that anybody who hasn't offended but is still a proud map should get help, and I think that's right. But like, it's just so fucked up. Like, honest to God, I was talking about it with one of my mates, and like, yeah, most of these are like, they're tweeting hashtag map rights, and I they're like slagging the shit out of them, which is okay. It's not usually alright to slag the shit out of a certain group of people, but okay, Jesus Christ, this is an interesting one. So, just a lonely trans girl looking for friends. Hashtag map rights, hashtag whatever else, right? Map rights, you okay? Do you need rehab? It's okay if you do, right? And this motherfucker responds with, in case you don't know already, maps have been widely discriminated against throughout history. By openly supporting map rights and providing people with a safe space where they can express their romantic and sexual desires, think twice before spreading hate. Like, look, man, you can fantasize all you want, but that doesn't make it okay. Like, it's just so fucked up. Like, that, there's nothing I can really say. Like, it's just a bad thing. Like, look, alright, with the gay community, for example, right? A lot of people hated that throughout history. The way I think of it is if there's two consenting adults, I couldn't give two fucks what goes on, right? You could tie someone to that fucking roof, and so long as they're both alright with it, I wouldn't care. I mean, I'd be wondering why there's two people consenting to sex in my house while there's tied to the roof. But, but aside from that, like, fucking hell, I just, like, it's okay when people are consenting and they're overage, but like, people who are younger than 18, like, the brain doesn't finish developing until roughly 25, so like, why, like, you're only barely mature enough to make a good decision at 18, and I am 18. I know I'm not mature enough to make a full-on, like, life-changing decision. Like, I lost my virginity at about, what was it, just after I turned 17, right? In my book, that's okay, because they were also underage, but like, when someone is taking advantage of someone that's underage, right? There was one tweet, I can't find it, but it was in some Ordinary Gamers video, and it said, like, map is wrong, obviously, for a number of reasons, but one of the main ones is that adults hold a monopoly of power over kids, right? If a kid said to another kid, here, do them Delph, no, fuck off. But if an adult said to a kid, shit, if an adult said to me, and I'm an adult, do them dishes, yeah, alright, I'll do them now in a few. Like, you know, automatically there's just this thing in your head, like, well, they're an adult, they know what's best, you know? But that's the thing, with small kids, it's not right. Like, if I went up to a small kid, assuming I was older, right? Like, I'm only 18 now, but like, if I was like 25 to 30, right? And if I went up to a kid, they're gonna think in their head immediately, whether they realise it or not, oh yeah, well, you know, he's an adult, so he's probably in the right. So like, if I said to a kid, like, you know, oh, come here, I'll show you me puppy, or this, that, and the other, like, and then I said to them, oh no, this is okay, this is fine, this is just part of this, that, and the other, they'd say, oh, well, you know, maybe it is, I mean, it's an adult, so, you know, they know what's right, they know what's best. But like, that's not always the case, you know, like, it's just so, it's so wrong. Like, I know I keep saying it, but it's just wrong. Like, there's no possible way that it could be a good thing, you know? Like, it's just, I just don't get it. Like, a lot of these people are saying, like, oh, I'm a child trapped in a fully grown man's body, or a fully grown woman's body. No, you're not. Like, you can feel that way, and like, I guess you could say, oh, I am, or whatever, but like, that doesn't give you an excuse to, like, you can feel like you're a kid trapped in a man's or a woman's body. Like, that's, I wouldn't say that's fine, but it's, you know, it's whatever. I don't really give a shit. But then the problem comes when you start going around thinking like, oh yeah, that's a cute kid, I'd love to get with them. Like, that's the bad part. Like, you know, you might feel like a kid, and whatever community might accept you as a legitimate kid, right? There is people that are trans age out there, which I don't get at all, but whatever. But like, at the end of the day, you're still an adult. Like, you know, whether you think you're a kid or not, you're still a fucking adult. Like, you know, you're, like, even I'm an adult and I'm only barely not a kid anymore, you know, like, I still find this fucking disgusting. Like, I wouldn't even go out with a fucking 17-year-old, like, you know, and it's like a year and a half tops younger than me. That's on the day they turn 17, they're a year and a half younger than me. Still wouldn't go out with them, because like, at the end of the day, they're still a kid. Like, by law, they're still a kid. Like, you know, it's so confusing. Like, why would you, like, you still have the life experience, you still have all the memories, you're still however many years of age, you're not a kid. Don't act like you are. Like, you know, it's just so fucked. Anyways, before I just keep saying that's so fucked over and over, I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna try and cut this down, but it's already 11 minutes, so yeah, see you around.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. 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 Swag.